Let's do a first example, and let's start with the bash example. So in the directory you see a number of files. There is a alpha.csv, so that's our data file. Let's have a look at it. And as you can see, it contains two columns. One is called letter, the other is called counter. And the first contains a character, the second contains an integer. Okay, there is also a script alphabet.sh, and that's actually the payload. So basically that is what is going to be executed for each row in our CSV file. And as you can see, it's just a simple bash script that has a case statement, and depending on the value of the counter, it will echo something different to the standard output. Okay, and finally, of course, there is our job script, alphabet.pbs. And that is a simple job script that requires a single node and 36 cores, and it will take 5 minutes maximum to execute. It changes the working directory to wherever the job script was submitted, and then it executes alphabet.sh with letter as a first argument and counter as a second argument. And as you can see, the names of the environment variables letter and counter correspond to the names of the columns in alpha.csv. Okay, so let's see which versions of worker are available. So module AV worker. And as you can see, there are quite a number of versions available, but we can simply load the most recent one, which is also the default, just module load worker. Okay, then we can use wsub command. The batch file is alphabet.pbs, and the data file is of course alpha.csv. And we need to specify a project, so -a, in my case pieces, but of course you would have to use your own project. Okay, the job is submitted, and basically we can wait until it's executed. Note that the total number of work items is listed, in this case 52, because there are 26 lowercase and 26 uppercase letters for a total of 52 rows in our CSV file, plus one, of course, for the column names. Okay, so after a while our job is done, and when we check which files we have, you see that you get the output file and the error file which you would expect. Let's for instance inspect the error file. Hopefully it's empty. It's not quite empty, there is something with module names, but apart from that, normally that shouldn't matter too much. Okay, then we have the output file, which is of course more interesting. And that contains indeed our output. So capital A is the first letter of the alphabet, etc., etc. And we get as many lines of output as we had lines in our CSV file. Let's check that. So for instance, if we check for alphabet in the output file and we do a word count, then you see that we have 53. So apparently there is one alpha somewhere which is not an output but some other value. Let's verify just to make sure. And there would be an extra alpha somewhere that I cannot find. Ah, there it is. The job name, alphabet.pbs. Indeed. So indeed there are 52 rows of output as we would expect. Okay. There are some other files as well. For instance, there is a log file. Let's have a look at it. So alphabet pbs.log. And this is a quite useful file. It shows you when work items were started and when they are finished and so on, and also the exit code for those that actually finish. So basically this is useful information, and you can use WSummary in order to use that in a more convenient way. The other files are basically required for restarting. So the alphabet.pbs, pbs job number, run job number, and sh job number, all of those are required for restarting, for resuming a job.